In this tutorial, I'll show you how to update the accommodations and test settings for students. Not many students will need their settings and accommodations updated, so keep that in mind. The requirements of most students' IEPs can be satisfied using the embedded tools and the normal classroom practices of giving students preferential seating and multiple breaks. To update a student's test settings and accommodations, log into Tide and navigate to Test Settings and Tools. Under that menu, select Test Settings and Tools. You can search for the student by any of these criteria, or click Search to pull up a list of all students. Once you've found the student you're looking for, click the Edit button, and a list of all available accommodations and test settings will appear. Visual assistance tools help students who need different color backgrounds, different contrast, or enlarged mouse pointers to help them navigate a screen. Once you've made these changes, it's wise to have students log in and take a training test so they can verify that the screen looks good to them. Test presentation changes are for students who are deaf or blind. For deaf students, American Sign Language can be turned on in the place of any listening portions on their English test. For blind students, their test can be brailled. For students who can't view the test on a computer screen, their test can be printed, and they can print it in an enlarged font if necessary. For students who use assistive technology to help them navigate a computer, for example, if they have special software that helps them navigate because they don't have the use of their hands, there are options here where the test can work with their accessibility software. If you have a student who needs this kind of integration, please contact Tracy Gooley at the state office, and she can help you get this switched on. Other accommodations don't actually affect the way the test is presented, but they affect the tools the student can use in order to take the test. For a 6th grader, having a handheld calculator on a test is considered an accommodation, and they can only use that handheld calculator on the second half of their math test. Any other elementary student using a handheld calculator on a RISE math test should be listed as having a modified test. Students who use a scribe during classroom instruction should use a scribe on their test as well. This can include someone who uses their mouse or keyboard for them, types for them, or otherwise does any kind of input for them. But again, this should be something that they're used to using every day. Visual representation is usually called manipulatives in class, so if you have a student who needs some kind of visual or manipulative for their instruction, then they will use that visual or manipulative on their test as well. If you have any questions about test settings or accommodations, please let me know. You can reach me at brooke.anderson@jordandistrict.org or 801-567-8393.